Next on KATU News, a 2 exclusive. We're the only station there as this man becomes the newest member of Oregon's death row. Plus, in the wake of a deadly police shooting, KATU takes a closer look at the type of deadly force training officers get. And more bad news for drivers. We'll tell you what happened today that's sure to drive gas prices even higher.
Live at 5, KATU News with Steve Dunn, Natalie Marmion, and exclusive microcast weather with Rhonda Shelby and Rod Hill. KATU and you, the spirit of the Northwest.
At the end, I had to sob in court because it was really a drain. I mean, I've been carrying it around for a long, long time.
A mother describes the pain of losing her daughter to murder. Tonight, the man who killed her will join 28 other men on Oregon's death row. Good evening. Glad you're with us, everybody. And first on 2, a 2 exclusive. KATU is the only television station there as a convicted killer is sent to death row.
As KATU's Bob High reports, Jesse Johnson had very little to say as a judge condemned him to die.
Well, I mean, I've been able to sleep now.
Eva Corbin of Kaiser,
My niece, Gwen.
introduces the family she's counted on for support for an agonizing 6 years. A family that came here to the Marion County Courthouse to see a brutal murderer receive the death sentence.
I'm for the death penalty because I believe that the individuals that cause the death of another should not have the luxury of life and 3 square meals a day and, you know, just doing whatever they want to do.
A Marion County jury last week sentenced 42-year-old Jesse Lee Johnson to death for his 1998 attack inside the Salem apartment complex. Johnson killed Eva Corbin's daughter, Harriet Thompson, that day. The mother of 5 stabbed more than 30 times, Johnson leaving her for dead as he burglarized her apartment. Defiant to the end, Johnson said in court, "I didn't kill Harriet, nor did I rob her. That's all I have to say."
He's without conscience. He doesn't care.
Marion County prosecution team leader Steve Dingle says Johnson's record in and out of prison means he should pay the ultimate price.
When he was in prison, he was using drugs, buying drugs from corrections officers, sexually assaulting his fellow inmates, physically assaulting his other inmates, extorting money from them. He is a person that fits all of our parameters. He's violent inside of prison, he's violent outside of prison, and there's simply no other place to put him.
Eva Corbin knows that won't bring her daughter back and that her daughter's killer will likely spend decades in prison on death row, exhausting appeals.
At the end, I had to sob in court because it was really a drain. I mean, I've been carrying it around for a long, long time. So I'm ready to start the chapter again.
Some of Harriet Thompson's family did speak in court, saying personally they're opposed to the death penalty but support the prosecution's position. In the meantime, Jesse Johnson's case will be automatically appealed because of the death penalty to Oregon Supreme Court. Live in Salem, Bob High, KATU News.
Bob, thanks. With his sentencing, Jesse Lee Johnson becomes the 29th person on Oregon's death row. Death row is located at the Oregon State Pen in Salem. Inmates there are housed individually in the cells you're seeing now. The most recent arrival to death row is Christian Longo. He arrived there in March of last year after being convicted of killing his wife and 3 children along the Oregon coast. Oregon executions are carried out in this room by lethal injection. By contrast, while Oregon now has 29 people on death row, Washington has 11 inmates awaiting execution.
Now on KATU News at 6:30, a man in Salem becomes the 29th person on Oregon's death row. What he had to say in court today as he learned his fate. Plus, workers who lose their jobs in Washington won't be getting as much help from the state. What Boeing has to do with changes to unemployment benefits. And 2 exclusive. A wildlife caregiver speaks out against the recent poisonings of bald eagles. What's being offered to help find the culprits.
Live from KATU, the Northwest only all-local 6:30 newscast with Steve Dunn, Paul Lindman, and exclusive microcast weather with Rod Hill. KATU and you, the spirit of the Northwest.
Good evening. First on 2, Oregon has another inmate on death row. A Marion County judge today sentenced 42-year-old Jesse Lee Johnson to die.
A jury found him guilty last week for the murder of a woman. And as KATU's Bob High tells us, the sentence brings a measure of relief to the victim's family.
After 6 agonizing years,
I'm very, very happy.
Eva Corbin says she can sleep at night now, knowing her daughter's killer, 42-year-old Jesse Lee Johnson, is now on Oregon's death row. She knows there will be decades of appeals.
I'm putting that down the road. Right now, we're pretty much satisfied with the guilty verdict and the penalty of death in this case.
Eva's daughter, Harriet Thompson, was stabbed more than 30 times inside her Salem apartment back in March 1998. Detectives arrested Johnson 3 months later. Johnson's only statement in court, "I didn't kill Harriet, nor did I rob her. That's all I have to say." Prosecutors say Johnson's record of raping fellow prisoners and lack of remorse even in front of his victim's emotional family leaves death the only reasonable alternative.
Harriet, the daughter, who has every right to be angry with him, forgave him and wished that he wouldn't die. And you saw a man who sat there and didn't so much as flinch. He's without conscience. He doesn't care.
At the end, I had to sob in court because it was really a drain. I mean, I've been carrying it along for a long, long time.
While some of Harriet Thompson's family say they are personally opposed to the death penalty, they all supported the Marion County prosecution's position in this particular case. In Salem, Bob High, K2 News.
The death sentence is automatically appealed to Oregon Supreme Court. With his sentencing, Jesse Lee Johnson becomes the 29th person on Oregon's death row.